Yeah, it's pretty much exile the entire deck. Pretty much. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, actually. Except one card, so... They'll have one turn to kill you, and then if they don't, you win. This is probably a matchup we're always winning, but we'll see. It could backfire if Liliana happens to kill us with minus life gain. Dragon deck, I could probably build it 2 or 3 colors. I like monocolored decks, but to each his own. Anything that isn't Psychic Ascension or a land, I'm probably... I mean, I don't even know if I want a land here. I don't even know if I want a land. I think I'm needing fogs here. I think if I find a land, I'm just gonna pitch it. I don't need that many for the deck to function. And the faster this flips into a land, the better off I'll be. I need to dig to fogs to survive. But I think it actually works on Holy Crusader now. Like, I think I actually have a functional build of it. Not for competitive play, probably, but for meme play. Yep, that's staying there. So we have 2 turns currently. We have bought 2 turns. It's not a whole lot, but I just have to hope Liliana's not there. Does that kill us? 3? Yeah, we have to use fog every turn now. It doesn't kill us, but Liliana does as a follow-up, so... Now we want lands. Only 2 cards in the grave, sadly. Big red dragons. I don't like Lathless, I'd cut her out. I'd cut On-Crop Crasher. And probably the M19 intro card. I don't like that dragon deck very much. I think somebody tried to take mono red and make it a thing. Well, we have been dumping a lot of cards since that first land. We have 2 more fogs and a sleep. Oh, that's what I was worried about. We just lose to Liliana baseline. I know you don't care, but I just lose. Because Liliana deals basically 2 damage every time she mills. If at least one of those cards was a zombie, so I'm just fucking dead. I'm dead. I've already lost. GG. Game over. We can pretend like we had a game of Magic. This has been a pretty stupid game. 16 cards and 3 lands. Okay, though. We have Ascanta flip next turn. So we will probably get to sleep, but that's about it. We don't need lands. We really don't. We need to flip Ascanta is what we need to do. We really don't need lands. We need to pitch them early, because we're usually going to recoup, and we need to flip this ASAP to dig for more fogs. And now we get the 4th land, then now we get to sleep. You really don't need the 3rd land is usually not necessary unless you're looking to psychic on curve.
I value moral flexibility.
It has still been a very unfortunate series of plays, I would say. Now I believe I'm always dead because I am incapable of fogging. We did get screwed a lot on pretty much every line here. Happens. The wording does not imply that at all. The wording does not imply that at all. You can tap a tapped creature. It just is redundant. You can deal damage to a creature who's already been... Like, you can just do that. I've been told, Fondue King, that it didn't teach you to play Magic well, but I didn't try it myself, so I can't tell you. I crashed yesterday during it, and then I just tried to skip it. Fine, I'm on the draw, so I'm gonna keep it, but it's very tentative. I was told that the characters in the new player experience were super cool, though. Oh yeah. This can be one of our best or one of our worst matchups, depending. It can be both simultaneously. It very heavily depends on whether or not he runs, like he gets the retorts in time. Because it takes a bit of time to really ramp up damage-wise, but once it gets there, I just can't stop that deck from doing its thing. Like, once that deck gets online, I just explode. It takes a while, though, so... I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go for Haze of Pollen. No, that's good. That's very nice. That's not Adeliz. Sleep is also kind of bad because it doesn't stop hasty creatures. If you have more fogs, let me know. If you find more fog effects, I'll take them over sleep, but right now I'm running 12 fogs and 3 sleeps for a total of 15, which is about the optimal way to build this. If you find more fogs, I beg you, gentlemen, let me know. Until then, I'll be using this piece of trash. I have no choice. I really just do not have a choice. Is that all the wreckage? So you want me to just split my mana base more to get more white in? Oh god, I'm already struggling to get it off, but maybe if I can fix my curve. So I'd have to start running the crappy dual lands. Maybe I should be playing Gear Hulk in here. Let's hope it's not Adeliz. It probably is, though. There's not much else. Wizard's Lightning. Patient Rebuild is bad main board? Yep, probably is. I should probably be running Fraying Sanity, to be honest. So if there was never another double... That's awkward. So Fumigate's my best draw if I can just pick up white as well. Good game he goes. Wow, only one fog drawn, not bad. Alright, so let me try to rebuild, because patient rebuilding is fine, because yeah, you need to understand this thing, dude. Like, I'm free playing, I'm not playing competitive constructed. So it's fine to have patient rebuilding main deck. I don't know if we're talking about the same meta, but I don't think it's realistic to necessarily go for the all-in anti-aggro, but the deck is built to beat that already. So you'd play Settle the Wreckage. I'm just not a big fan of the idea of cutting rebuilding in favor of Teferis. I mean, that does force me to diversify my land base. What are the fast lands? Should I be running them? Let me check them. I just hate Teferi. I'm so tired of playing Teferi. I want to kill myself when I play Teferi. Hard so aids. Alright, well maybe we can try it. Just really tired of playing Teferi. I already have a Psychic Corrosion build that I'm satisfied with. It doesn't run white. The fairy also unlocks the mana for Haze. So how much blue is that? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This deck is suddenly more it's actually like, it becomes a real competitive deck though, man. Yeah, Jank is Bliss, Icarus. I agree. You wanna have fun in this game, you gotta do that. You gotta do that. You absolutely have to. You absolutely must. Jank is fun with the new matchmaking. Wait, have they already changed the algorithm for matchmaking? I was not aware of that. We need more blue because we're looking for double blue for potential Kumena's Awakening, which is sort of fringe, but, you know, it is something to think about. Best draw in my deck right off the top. Free play uses the algorithm? Oh, that's why I'm not running into too much aggro. That explains why all my matchups are not the same freaking mono red. Now I get it. I was really puzzled. Like, why am I suddenly not running into just non-stop aggro? That is why. That's gonna get negated, probably. It doesn't. I haven't opened packs really, Lashsu, so I don't know. It's about... I get about 25% wildcard opening total. I don't think I'm supposed to go for Kumena's here. I think it's a bit early. I might just get cancelled, so I'll pass. Oh no, the rotation will happen the same time as anywhere else, Janna. Yeah. Alright. We are literally in zero rush. 15 card sideboard? Oh, this deck? Yeah, I might have forgotten some cards in there. Probably. Oh yeah, I took out, anyway, I'll tell you later, but it doesn't matter. I think I can probably cycle Haze pretty reliably here. I don't think it's gonna backfire. His match, like, his deck just doesn't look like the type of deck that'll put me on the back rope with heavy damage output. Hieroglyphic, Cannonade. We're gonna flip Ascanta ASAP. I wish it applied to quick draft since we have a competitive draft. As a new player, I'm going to get wrecked every time I draft. Wait, no, the algorithm doesn't change who you play against. It changes the quality of deck being matched against each other, right? Isn't that it? Who said Teferi is meh? Did I say that? I shouldn't have said that if I did. Yeah, so like, if it applied to draft, I'd be pretty pissed, because all that's gonna do is it's gonna mean that you only face people with the same deck quality as you, which is just the stupidest way to create a draft environment. Papa said Teferi is meh. Son, sit down, we need to have a conversation. Teferi had sex with your mother. Your father could not stand up to this tall black man's power. His manhood and virility took over your mother's willingness to preserve our marriage, son. That's how good he is, son. You can't deny, son. It's a conjecture fight with fire deck? No, it's not. Would it be that bad? I've been pretty effing salty facing off against 7 win decks at 0-2. I haven't quick drafted in the new patch. I've just been doing M19, which frankly has been... On MTG Arena, my win rate with M19 is atrocious. Which is interesting because it's so much better with other colors. Chandra? No. I agree, Fonsati. Well, there's 3 Teferis. Ah! So hypothetically, we could Teferi and commit simultaneously. No, I don't have the mana for that, actually. Let's just play another search and dig through our deck faster. Hand magnetism. I lift the shit with my mind. Avada Kedavra. Hot fix in half an hour? What do you mean hot fix? Oh, for the bugs? Did they fix auto tap? I lift the shit with my mind. The shit has been lifted. Part the veil from your eyes that you may see reality for what it truly is. Back to the deck. I mean, if he doesn't do that, I'll just play Teferi and be happy. But yeah. Psychic Corrosion's gonna mill it. Uh-oh, buddy. Think about it! The children! Think of the Nezahals. No! It has gone, Mom! Nezahal is gone! It's dead, Mom! Hold that thought! Wait, really?
Right on schedule.
Well, that's game then.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
You know what? I'm not done yet. Bebop. Isn't it counterproductive to WinCon? It's a counter spell for Banefire, which Fog doesn't protect us against. Frankly, if there were a blue, like a white or blue spell that red prevent all damage from all non-creature damage for the turn, I would be down for that. Does that exist? Like, I really would like to see an artifact that does that. I'm that person.
Time for pumpkin to open.
That would be broken, probably. Like an artifact you can tap to prevent damage from one source for the turn. Boop. Tap, prevent damage from one. Too slow. Well, my initial Gore for Glory, to put it into perspective, right? Yesterday when I was theory crafting this deck, I played 4 copies of Patient Rebuilding. 4. I kid you not, 4. That's a lot of freaking copies of it. And then, when I actually refined it, I went down to 2. And then I went up in other cards count with Psychic Corrosion going up to 4. I tried Fraying Sanity. I basically... And now we just had a discussion in the chat. Somebody was saying, I think Patient Rebuilding is win more, which I believe is the right way to look at the card. If you really look at what it does in general, it's just sort of a win more card. So yeah, I think there is some truth to that. I think in most cases the card is pretty win more. Banefire's damage can't be prevented? Well, I mean, I can use commit to prevent it, because it goes back into the deck. instead of being countered. But yeah, that's about the only way. Meta is also bad. Well, okay, well, that's where I think you're just gonna end up with a very different mill deck to mine, and that's fine. But maybe I should just play Glimmer. And card draw. Like Glimmer. Because that was the alternative. Maybe. I didn't add it yet, Sando. How do you feel about 2 copies of Pull from Tomorrow? I could see that being worth it. What is the interaction between this deck and Lich's Mastery? Is there any win con? We could play River's Rebuke in the sideboard. Or just commit it when it's played. But yeah, I guess we'd have to River's Rebuke it. Or we play Approach to the second sun in the side. I think Approach would be the simplest way to do it, right? I mean, we do lose to Lost Legacy, but I think Approach would be the simplest way. Well, Turbo Fog is one of my historically favorite decks. I don't know why either. I think it's just because it's green-blue and it does things. I'll try to rebuild a sideboard for this afterwards, because I have, like, I worked around with about... I had about 8 builds yesterday that I came up with for Turbo Fog, and this is the one I plan to stream today. I didn't really like Settle the Wreckage in my initial testing yesterday, but I only had 3 hours to test it, so maybe it's good. But I didn't get to really try that out. Minister, Glimmer, and the new mill enchantment is enough mill. That's too slow though. Oh, you mean Psychic Corrosion? Well, you don't. Why would you want Minister? Why would you want Minister in this deck? That can't copy memory, sorry dude. Unless I'm wrong. It does actually work. I guess I'm wrong. And that'll get exiled, so we just win. Okay, so let's clone the deck. Let's clone the deck and see what we end up doing if I really modify the deck with, like, to include Gear Hulks and stuff. So I'm going to clone this because I like this version. But the alternative would be to run it with Glimmer of Genius. Probably cut down to 3 Escantas. Two Teferis. And probably Gear Hulk as a 2 of. And then you could hypothetically... Oh, this is a pain. So negate stays there. For live gain and passive, you've got this. You could play console, I guess, like authority of the consoles, but you've already got fog. You could even play Nexus of Fate if you really felt like it, but that's probably never going to be worth it. But it's doable. You can lock them out with Nexus of Fate later in the game. So I think we're supposed to go like 1 Scavenger Grounds and 1 we could try 2 grounds actually, Field of Ruin or... Although I don't like fucking up my mana base. So hypothetically, I'm against blue, black, whatever. I think Sorcerer's Spyglass is still, even for Teferi, a thing. I still like Cast Out. Why would you play Gear Hulk if it's your only creature? The removal will stick in their hand and wait for that Gear Hulk. You mean Essence Scatter will hit it? Because it's just for the fog. It's just another fog or another engine for draw in this deck. Or another Settle the Wreckage, pick one. Either way, it's just a fog. I mean, I see myself running only one of this and then a Compass. Or a Search, depending on how you feel. I like Search more and more in most cases. No, unlicensed Disintegration, for example. Dude, I'm playing with the algorithm here. The algorithm will not pit me against unlicensed integration, but... Cleric is too expensive in this deck, I think. It's a creature that I really can't justify. Although I guess hypothetically I could jam it and just exile it. Like, I don't have a slot on a playable. We'll be holding up mana. You really don't hold that much mana though, sadly. I mean, I wish I did, but it doesn't really work that well. I think Fraying is a thing. Fraying Sanity or Patient Rebuilding on the side. I could see myself playing Patient Rebuilding as an out, like assuming they play something like Lost Legacy and hit Psychic Corrosion. I need another copy of this. I think Approach the Second Sun is also something to look at. But you can't play it in your main deck though, Tob, really. I mean, if you play it, it's over Fumigates and Settles and Teferis. Like, I'm still not a big fan of Teferi in the deck. I still don't think this guy fits that much, but... we had a discussion with... D4, and he says it's really, really good, and I'm like, okay, fine. But I'm personally not a huge fan of Teferi. I only like him in this case because it actually unlocks the fogs. So, Hexproof Angel sounds good. I don't think this deck wants Teferi, but I'm gonna keep it in here because they say try it, so I'm gonna try it, but I don't really believe in it almost at all. We'll see. Yeah, I'm a little bit on the fence about it, honestly. Alright, let's modify the deck list once again. Still not a fan of the white. Turbo Fog wants white, unfortunately. I used to run it as blue-green and it just... Like, I could understand not running Settle and Teferi, but I think you want about 3 to 4 Fumigate-like effects. My initial build was all green-blue. No white at all. No Fumigates, no Settle. Right? I had it somewhere here. There it is. That was my initial list. I mean, it wasn't like conjecture I would probably take out in hindsight. I'd probably go with more Frank Sanity, probably 2 copies of Patient Rebuilding if I really wanted. But like, you can do some really cool stuff with as foretold in this build, which is really nice. But then you sometimes just have a board you just can't answer, and it just sort of sits there. Yeah, that's exactly it, Bueno. Like, Teferi unlocks Fog, as I was saying, which is pretty much the best. It's the best case for it, basically. So yeah, that was the green-blue version of it. But I think you need white for the wipes and the healing. Because sometimes they'll overextend and try to kill you with burn, but they overextend, you fumigate, get some life back, you're safe from burn. Assuming your memory doesn't really show up at the right time. Or commit. Oh no, wrong band, I think. No! Stop goes World War II! Thank you for the sub. God damn it. God! Up! Wrong deck! Shh, guys, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, the cancel button didn't seem to do much there. Right? It just kind of did nothing. So we're gonna play this in case we top deck Ascanta. I can play Sun Petal later or Plains later. Yeah, Fumigate is gonna be really clutch in this matchup. I mean, we still died to Hazoret. What? Did you see that? The card just swung at me. The card just like poked me. Oh, my hand is glitched. Great. I love that bug. Don't you want a huge bow mat? I don't know, man. There's a lot of burn in that deck. Bum 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 bum. Well, am I black screening? That's gonna last forever. Let's concede it. It never fixes itself. It never fixes itself. Yeah, I think my valuations were good on the cards, Alafu. I really think so. Bugs galore this patch? Yeah. Name of the day, name of the game that is for this this patch. Glitchy glitch. What counters are you running in the new build? In sideboard, just negates, but 4 commits, which kind of behave as counters because you've got Psychic Corrosion that's gonna eat them alive. I guess we were just destined to play the Compass Turbo Fog build. I saw your tweet in regard to M19 draft. I really do think the meta is different due to bot drafting. I'm not crazy, right? Like, this is legitimately happening. Like, I'm not making shit up. There's so much aggro, dude. There's so much aggro. It's ridiculous. Going first with this is kind of questionable. I need to get Search for Ascanta or Thematic Compass on first hand. Yeah, they're planning to add pods at some point. Well, that's unfortunate. That didn't improve at all. It just got worse. It got better! This card was made for green-blue decks, dude. It wasn't made for control builds. No, I can't beat that. I'm gonna have to commit Aetherflux Reservoir and mill it with Psychic Corrosion. That's how we win, I think. Oh wait, it's a... Oh, it's a... Wait, what? That is not what I thought it was. Surprise, motherfucker! That is not the deck I thought it was. Please don't play Karn. Oh my god, it's Karn. Well, Karn doesn't matter, right? He mills himself. Ban Harmonicon deck? I don't think that's what it is, no. I don't think that's Ban Harmonicon at all. I really don't want to cycle Haze of Pollen. I think that's gonna backfire a bit too often for my liking here. Pan Karn Monicon? Maybe? This is just Carnifacts. Carnifacts! Wow. That is interesting. Fumigate would be good. A lot of life gain. You guys like, I need to gain life! Oh, the life! I'll take 10, whatever. I could have used this to crack a plains, I guess. But I don't think he's playing the Aetherflux Reservoir deck. I mean, maybe he does, but I'd be very surprised. I'm pretty much on a white land draw or bust here. Although, yeah, we're nowhere near... I mean, I could still get another Fog, which I have quite a few copies of. Maybe he plays Bolas. Oh, he probably just plays Banefire. Yeah, probably just plays Banefire. Oh, that can bring back Ballista, right? Scrap Troller plus this brings back Ballista. Pretty dope.
An excellent choice.
That's actually a very clever interaction. All right, what a save, ladies and gents. Yeah, I should have used Fog and Field to fetch white. I agree, Zero. Looking back, that's what I should have done. Because I pitched it like just thinking, oh, that's not a colored land. Then I'm like, wait, it is a colored land. I have exactly enough mana to do it, don't I? Because I can crack, then I have 2 mana left over for Fog at instant speed. Wait, doesn't that just kill me? Oh no, it doesn't deal damage based on artifacts. That's a different thing I'm thinking about. Blue-eyed boo! Yeah, it's not the deck you think it is, but you can boo all you want. I was convinced to put those cards in the deck against my better judgment. Mechanized production could kill us, could get us. Commit could work though. Commit probably works. I'm pretty sure there's a Tez that kills me, right? Based on artifact count. I forget. I feel like there's one of them that does it. I'm not sure which one that would be. Do you think he plays Aetherflux Reservoir? I mean, he seems to want to gain a lot of life, so... He seems to want that a lot. It's a permanent thing. The emblem is permanent, but it usually will not matter. It usually doesn't matter much. Are you gonna play other decks next? Already, dude? We're like an hour to the stream. Can I? No, I'll later. Yeah, probably. I will play other stuff during the day. I'm just starting my stream. Like, really? I kind of wish I had Fog currently. But what I plan to do here is use Settle the Wreckage with a Gear Hulk Settle the Wreckage. I think that'll work well enough. What do you think about Mono White life gain with a Johnny's Primate and topping out with Sun Main? Oh, the Pride Mates and the horses? I mean, maybe that's playable. I don't know that it would be. I think it's vulnerable to too much stuff, but maybe. You went on 2 5-0 runs this morning? Really? Wait. Seriously? Because I kept losing yesterday, Yaka. I kept losing. I kept losing all day. I don't know what you learned from the stream, but it wasn't here, I feel like. You're 100% seared. Well, shit, dude. Congrats. You were unlucky. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe that's what happened. I just felt like I was a bad player that day. I don't know. I literally felt like an awful Magic player. I don't know that it would be unlucky, man. Because I just kept getting whipped. Walker is a bit of a problem for the build. Are they, though? I mean, Chandra is. I have cast outs on the sides for that reason, specifically. That's why I kind of hate Settle. It's just so costly, but... fine. Zero Oz. This is M19. It just released, like, yesterday. Draft Serpents, always draft. Draft is always the best way to build your collection in this environment. All right. I really wish I had Fog. I really wish I had Fog. I really wish we could draw at least one Fog. That'd be great. River's Rebuke in this deck. Thought about it in the sideboard for Lich's Mastery, but approach to the second sun is better, and token decks aren't that plentiful, and I usually beat them with Fog, but I've drawn 1 Fog and 17 cards, right? 1 Fog is 17 cards, I have 12 Fogs in the deck. I'm gonna get one. I'm going to get one. I'm not gonna be spending the entire game on no Fogs. So here I lose to a very specific fringe scenario, which would be... I play Gear Hulk, he goes Essence Scatter out of nowhere. Nope, the game tapped his blue mana for no reason, so he'd have to pay some life to do it. No, we cut out Sleep for Settle the Wreckage. Somebody suggested the modification. I think it's not like an unreasonable one. We have enough draw with Glimmer of Genius, I think, to actually get to Fog almost all the time. Banefire, I think, Tob. I think it's for Banefire. Oh, if he's playing counterspell, I'm just gonna lose. I think in this case I'm supposed to leave Settle in the Grave, am I not? No, because I might shuffle my library later. I might shuffle my deck later. And then maybe commit. Like commit memory might happen, and then a 2 mana card is easier to weave in than anything else. Let's see if we 2020 that one with hindsight. We're also thinning our graveyard with Gear Hulk, which makes this Kanta worse, but we would have died in that case, so not so bad. I don't have any to give away currently, Fox. I'll tell you as soon as I get some. Does the title say I have giveaways? I should probably change that right away. Fuck. It's my bad. I apologize, the Fox. My title was utterly and completely misleading. These are just like none of these are cards I want. None of these. That's a draw 4. That should work. Come on, dude. Three. I've drawn 21. 24? 24 cards and I found one fog? Alright, fuck this. This is so stupid. I have 12 in the deck. Fuck right off, Blizzard. That is dumb, dude. Wow, losing that game. That is so fucking dumb. Back to yesterday's mood! Holy shit, that was stupid. I thought about it though, Top. I thought about fucking like Flood of Recollection. I was like, I could use that. I could use Flood. It's like a better Gear Hulk. But the problem is I have to cast it at sorcery speed, which makes it pretty predictable. Alright, let's go. Let's do it! Just do it. Sweet, sweet salt. It should have been instant. I think Flood would have been a bit too good. Well, maybe not, actually. I actually don't like Compass over Search, but I guess 3-1 is a decent split. I just don't like Compass as much as Search for Skanta. I'm that guy. Really not sold on it. Really not sold on it. But I guess it gives me something to do with my mana. He's flooded. It lets me fix my white though, which I appreciate. Blue-White GPG? We probably beat that if he doesn't have like a very early GPG. Haze of Poland should beat that deck almost every time. Compass so good. I agree, I'm just not sure if it fits this deck as much as I want it to. No, we don't play Patient Rebuilding in the deck, and we don't play the Desert either. The deck does not revolve around those. But I should be running Deserts hypothetically, but I don't know, the blue mana just screws me a lot. Would it be viable if I changed white for black and run tutors plus discard/removal? Well, the reason I run white is because I want fumigates, so I mean maybe it would work, but you're not gonna get the same purpose unless you get Yaheni's expertise maybe, but then you don't get the life gain, which I think is a substantial part of why you would want to run this deck in the first place with white. And you also don't get the fairy for what that's worth. And that's very player dependent. I'm not a huge fan of Teferi, but I could see somebody being adamant that it has to happen. I don't see GPG anywhere, nor Gate, and there's only 3 creatures in the grave so far. I don't know if he really plays Negate. I'd be kind of surprised, but I've seen weirder things. I have seen weirder things. Karn is awful. No, don't play Karn in this deck. Please don't. Don't play Karn here. Don't do that. Don't do that ever. Never do that. Play more Compass. If you're gonna play Karn, just play more Compass. Don't play Karn. Karn is awful. I still think the Fairy is fringe, so I don't know that. I think opponent alt F4 when he saw the Fairy. Frame drops? I'm getting none, so... I think his screen is blacked out. He plays Negate main deck. Okay. One. Well, that GPG comes out on refurbish. I hate getting slow rolled like this, though. I think these people should get shot. I hate that shit so fucking much. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're still alive. It is, however, indestructible, so that's a problem. Because I've seen the first Negate, I'm really wary of jamming my Hazes and Pollens into this. Not sure I let commit memory. Seriously? Do you just not play against... No, there's no way I'm cutting this out. Sorry, dude. Like, I am never doing that. That is complete suicide. There's not a single world in which I'm cutting that card. Like, it is never happening. You can't play this deck without commit memory. You literally cannot. Now I can fumigate. Does he play Spell Pierce? Okay, dude. I guess you're a fucking genius. I should have just started with Fog and seen what he did. I mean, I deserve that probably for trying to commit at that point in time. I should have committed, like, just fogged and then committed end of turn, but, like, you just never play around that crap. When somebody decides to play Negate and Spell Pierce in their main deck with Teferi and a GPG, you just accept that they're so fucking smart that you're gonna beat them 95% of the time. And that's the 5% of the time you're gonna lose. I just got fucking trolled by this dude. It's okay, shit happens. That's such a bad build of GPG. It's such a bad build of GPG. Like, what are you running? How do you fit those in your main deck, dude? How do you fit those in your sideboard, like, ever? How do you fucking fit that? Like, sideboard, it makes sense. Like, I could see that being, like, those cards are very, very good inside. But in main? It's pretty fucking crackhead of a move to do. Isn't it? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I just don't get it. I just do not get it. I could, Bueno, yes. I thought you were a sub, my bad. No one plays around blue mana, seems smart against meta. Really?